First of all, Mark, what an opening welcome to you earlier. Talk about the warm welcome you got here.
Super nice to have that welcoming here at the CrossFit event with Reebok, and feels great, and awesome to see the fitness community, the CrossFit community here in Manila.
Yeah, you're talking about the CrossFit community. How does CrossFit apply to you as an MMA, a sambo, jiu-jitsu, everything after?
No, CrossFit is basically circuit training, and I've actually trained in CrossFit years ago, and I still incorporate CrossFit into some of my workouts when I'm preparing for MMA fights or sambo fights. And of course, can't forget Lara, the 2-second clutch queen with Robin, and she's a CrossFit champion, so I have a lot of respect for CrossFit and the CrossFit community.
Yeah, but I mentioned the warm welcome, and this part of the CrossFit community. How great is it to see that it's continuing to grow here in the Philippines?
Yeah, I think it's awesome seeing CrossFit grow and continue to grow in the Philippines. I have a lot of respect for CrossFit. I just worked out with Lara a few days ago at her gym in Pampanga. She put me through a brutal CrossFit workout. It was hard. But yeah, I love seeing the community grow, and I'm all about fitness and just continuing to see it grow.
What's your message for people who want to try CrossFit? Kind of scared and don't know where to start?
Yeah, don't be scared. For sure the hardest part is just getting started and going to the gym for your first workout. But go with a friend if it makes you feel more comfortable, and just find a good gym and a good community, and it's the rest. Is easy after that. You just got to get started and have fun with the process.
Mark, I know you know very well you're trending because of physical aid. Talk about that whole experience.
It's been a wild experience. From the James memes, James, thank you, bro. James and the memes. It's been wild, and I'm just grateful for all the support and all the support for Team Philippines.
How did you even get contacted for that? Or did you apply for that?
They reached out to me last year to join Team Philippines, and at first I thought it was a joke, to be honest. I thought it was a joke when they reached out to me. I didn't think it was actually them, because I'm a huge fan of seasons 1 and 2. And then when I started talking to them and I was like, oh, this is real, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, it's on, game on, gotta train hard and do my best to represent.
Was it an easy yes for you, because you said you were a fan of the first season?
Yeah, for sure it was easy yes. It's something that I definitely wanted to do. It was just about getting ready and doing my best. Oh, when we met together, when we met everybody in Korea, it was awesome. Everyone was just trying to do their best, and we just wanted to represent the country and fight hard, and everyone was kind, and we all clicked, and we all got together quickly, and we got to know one another fast.
What is the toughest challenge for you out of all the challenges?
The toughest challenge? Honestly, probably the ball wrestling. That was probably the hardest one for me, just because Sunny is so big. It was, and I didn't expect him to get to the ball so fast every time, but that's his game, rugby, right? So that was probably the most challenging, and he did carry me, like a little kid. So that was a lot of fun and super challenging.
Another thing that went for you was the shipwreck challenge.
Yes, that was brutal.
Some of what people said, but what can you say about the team's performance?
I think I know everyone just tried their hardest, and with shipwreck, we kind of just miscalculated, and we probably should have had a different strategy for that challenge, but everyone tried their best. In hindsight, everyone did their best and went to the breaking point.
What is something that, I guess, if you can share, that people don't know about that challenge? Because we only see what we see on screen, but it's very different when you're actually there.
Yeah, it was a 20-minute challenge, and it went by so slowly when we were doing it, just a brutal challenge. The sandbags were so heavy, and really the the water, because it's not a flat surface, right? Like transporting the goods. So carrying all the bags and the crates through the water and then up the stairs, and the stairs were a little bit slippery. So trying to move all the goods from that landing area through the water, up the slippery stairs, throwing it down the ladder, then up the mining cart or across the zip line with Robin. Yeah, super difficult, very challenging set.
So if you had to do it again, what would have you done?
I mean, you can always look back and say, we should have done this and that, but for sure, would have changed a few things, maybe changed some positions, and moved around some of our players, or maybe if we worked all together, moving things one step at a time all the way across, so we got to the mining cart last. Maybe that would have been the best strategy.
Yeah. The rings challenge, you were there for almost 3 hours. Talk about that.
Yeah, that was like some form of medieval torture. That was like or Shaolin monk training. That was pretty brutal. But yeah, it was just a mind game, My feet were in a lot of pain. I was just trying to block out the pain and look calm. Also because if you start exerting force and you start showing that you're in pain, which I was, then the body's gonna follow too. So it was really just like a mind game the whole time and just trying to keep myself cool and breathe through everything, But yeah, very long and torturous.
Yeah. After going through all of that, I guess what does it take for someone to actually be a contestant on
just do your best in your respective field and and bring out that level of fitness. You just gotta be willing to grind and go all out.
And overall assessment of Team Philippines performance after all this.
I'm super proud of my team, all my teammates. We try our hardest, and of course, there's always going to be hindsight bias. I wish we could have done this thing better or a little bit like this, but ultimately, super proud of everybody. We gave it everything we had.
Last question: who was your favorite castmate outside of Team Philippines?
Outside of Team Philippines, everyone. There's so many good guys. Like we would hang out in the mess hall and see everybody on set. Sometimes we're looking at each other like funny, because there is competitiveness too, right? Especially amongst the combat athletes, So, but even that, it's just gamesmanship, and it's like there's still sportsmanship. Everyone was a good sport. Favorite athlete, Eddie's a great guy. Eddie's super funny from Team Australia. He's like a giant teddy bear. I like Eddie. Moti's a great guy. Donghyun Kim, the captain of Team Korea. So many good athletes, and everyone's just doing their best for their country and for their team.
Before I let you go, because we're all waiting, who is your, if you would ask to come back, would you go back for this?
Yeah, of course. I'd love the opportunity to come back again and just go all out. So if given the opportunity, definitely I would love to.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.